Hi, welcome to Freedom by Creative Design Studios. This is a talk with author Nathan Colston. He has books available on Amazon. This is part 1. I hope you enjoy this conversation with him. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to thank Tracy for having me back. We talked quite a bit, and I discovered that Tracy and I had quite a few things in common, and she was very pleasant to talk to. We had a ball. Thank you, Tracy. And I'd like to talk a little bit about the first podcast. It's sort of kind of funny to me. Some people might not find it funny, but I do. My wife listened to it, and I'll get to what she said in a little bit. And I talked to Tracy, and Tracy said, yeah, it was a bit on the negative side. Made it sound like you had low self-esteem. Well, which in a way, when it comes to certain things, I do. But my wife put it a little bit more bolder. Um, when we was talking, she said, I listened to your podcast. I said, yeah. What'd you think? She said, I think you're a dumbass. I said, do what? She said, I think you're a dumbass. I said, okay, elaborate, please. She said, well, you made it sound like you was uneducated, and uh, you had you lacked you lacked the ability to do things properly, released them backwards, and you gave off the feel that you didn't believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, what makes you think that people listening to you is going to buy something from someone who doesn't believe in themselves? You're a dumbass. And I couldn't argue with that logic. And I said, but honey, I was honest. Oh, let me tell you, the love, folks, it flowed freely with this conversation with my wife. She fired right back with, what? There are plenty of honest dumbasses in the world. I could not argue with that. So, I sent it to Rick. Now, Rick is cool. I like Rick. And he listened to it, and he said, I like the part about your wife. And I got the impression that he would have said, yep, you're a dumbass. So, yeah, I left a good first impression, didn't I, folks? Well, I'd like to explain a little bit about that podcast. And you will discover it's not as negative as what you thought. And also, it has a bit of sadness to me. Um, One of the things Tracy said to me when we talked, she said, talk about your accomplishments in writing. Make it interesting. That I could do. Accomplishments? Okay, now that one is a challenge. Because all the accomplishments that I have in my writing are personal. And a lot of people do not know um, the accomplishments that I have that are personal. I'll bring out a couple and explain myself as I go. My greatest accomplishment, and it probably that will never change, is the fact that I told a lie about Bigfoot eating my homework that made a woman believe in me for 20, 30 some odd years. And she went to her grave believing in me. I didn't know it at the time. She gave me the laptop and the office program, which I thought would do miracles, and found out that I was wrong. I wrote a book. Plot wise, it was sound. Presented, decent. Grammarly, sucked. Um, I'm not going to try to paint myself up to be more than I am. I'm going to be honest and truthful. I sent it to a publisher. I have no doubt in my mind that the publisher pulled it out of the envelope, took one look at it, turned around, threw it in the trash because it wasn't worthy to be shredded. Yep. I put the book on a disc, and about 4 or 5 months after she had bought me the laptop, I went to her house to give her a copy of what I wrote on a disc because I knew very well that it never was going to be published. And to be honest, I just didn't have the ambition or the dream. I had too much stacked against me. And I knocked on her door. Her son lived on the same property as she did. And the driveway was long. And he drove by. It was in the afternoon. He worked night shift and was on his way to work. And that was when I discovered that she had passed away. I told him what I was there for and asked him if he'd give the disc to his mother. And she passed away a month after she bought me the computer. It hit me like a ton of bricks, folks. It really did. What I had sent in, I really didn't put my best into it because I did lack self-confidence. And that is still a major issue with me. But I'll get to that in a minute. When I was in school, I left this part out because I was trying to keep things shorter. To help inspire me to become a writer, she asked me to write the story down, and I did. And
All of the sense points